Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. We got another deep dive post for Nifty Knitting, because even though SimGuru Connor was done posting his, turns out that SimGuru Sarah had one more up her sleeve. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Hi everyone! We received a lot of positive feedback from you, our community, about the gameplay deep dives and developer interviews we shared throughout the development process on the Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack. We didn't have an opportunity previously to talk about Create a Sim asset creation, but obviously clothing is a huge part of what makes our favorite pixel people feel real, and we would be remiss to not discuss it at all. So I'm excited to share one last deep dive with you. Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff is coming soon, July 28th to be exact. I'm sure by now you've watched the trailer. And when you watch the trailer, I'm sure you noticed the so bad it is good sweater. We call it the Forbidden Sweater, and the ability to craft it is unlocked once a Sim completes the Lord/Lady of the Knit's Aspiration. Only a master knitter could craft something so delightfully diabolical and itchy. I'd like to share with you a little bit about the Create a Sim clothing development process, and what goes into making something as unique as this sweater. Inmar Salvatier, the artist responsible for this delightful abomination, will tell us more about this asset and the cast process in general. Hi Inmar, can you tell us a little about what a Create a Sim artist does on The Sims 4? We are the digital tailors, barbers, and cosmetologists of The Sims 4. We take the concept art and pull it into 3D space with tools like Maya and ZBrush, constructing every new piece to not only to fit right, but also move right on all Sims all the time. Got to have the right fabric and color too, so we'll jump into programs like 3D Coat, Photoshop, and Marmoset to get the right feel and aesthetic. Then we watch our clothing creations come to life in the game and make the right little tweaks to, as Tim Gunn would say, make it work. Before joining the Create a Sim team, you were an artist on The Sims Mobile. How has your time on The Sims Mobile influenced your work as a Create a Sim artist on The Sims 4? Joining the cast team was a big change for me. It was my first opportunity to work on a PC/console game, and I felt very intimidated. But my skills from the mobile world helped me tremendously, and I was able to be an effective team member. Mobile gaming has a lot of constraints, and you often have to get crafty with creative solutions to get the most out of the art you're creating. You learn to adapt, and for me at least, it has instilled what some have called a can-do spirit. My first pack on The Sims 4 was Island Living, and early on, I was handed a curveball asset with a bunch of question marks. It was a bikini with a sheer sash around the waist. Oh, okay, I know what they're talking about here. See-through assets are super tricky, especially if it's not directly on the body. But I love a challenge, and I was able to learn a lot about our internal tools on The Sims 4, and I even got to design the different color variants for that asset. There is also the robot arm for the Discover University. I was able to take that unique top from concept all the way to finished asset. The concept art I created helped my fellow cast artists design the full mech suit and robot. It hit me right in the feels that my team was so stoked about my work that it inspired them. The Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff features a delightfully atrocious failure sweater. It's so bad, it's good. What inspired you when making this truly unique asset? What challenges did you face? This thing is amazing, and I was all about it from the start. The idea was as big as the sweater itself, and the oversized ideal was the first real challenge. Sims needed to feel like they were swimming in it without sacrificing our animation fidelity. I had to offset the bones. Think of these as the invisible skeleton that helps to shape our clothing and make it work on Sims' bodies, to not only help convey the size, but also to keep the animations working correctly. Then there is the process of making something bad on purpose that still looks good. Yeah, wrap your head around that sentence. As artists, we strive to achieve something visually appealing, But what do you do when you are asked to create an appealing failure? Well, you make this atrocity. It's about knowing the rules and how to break them in just the right way. From concept to modeling, I think this beast did just that. The first step is concept art. Our concept artist, Amy Kim, sketched several different designs. Then, she worked with our art director and other members of the team to choose which idea to move forward with. Then she further refined that final choice, how many pom-poms is too many pom-poms, until the concept was at a good point to hand off to the 3D artist. Then the Create Sim artist works on the general shape and defining characteristics of the asset. Once we're happy with the shape, we can start working on textures. Coloring the asset comes last. And finally, the finished product in-game. So cool! Thanks for walking us through that, Inmar. While I'm sure this sweater ranks in the top 10, what is your absolute favorite Create Sim item you have ever made? My absolute favorite item was on The Sims Mobile. I made a horse head mask. I remember that one. That was an interesting addition, but that was another out there bonkers idea that had me hooked from the moment it was mentioned. It also had its share of challenges and design problems, but I love a good challenge and watching players using and loving it. Well, right in the feels. Thanks for sharing with us, Inmar, and thanks again, Simmers, for joining us on the journey to create the Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack. We here at Maxis had a lot of fun working with you to create this pack, and it was exciting for the Stuff Pack team members to get to share their passion and creative process with you via these deep dives. The Sims 4 Nifty Knitting Stuff Pack will be released on PC, Xbox, and PS4 on July 28th. That's all for now. Keep on knitting, simming. Simguru Sarah. So that's quite interesting to hear that this atrocious sweater is actually a reward for completing the new aspiration. I previously thought it was just a random fail from failing to knit a current project that's a Create a Sim item. But no, it's something that, in my opinion, is actually a better choice, because I have been pretty critical of the aspirations we've been getting in The Sims 4 lately, and while this doesn't really fix aspirations for me, it is something at least different, something a little more interesting to work towards. I guess it does kind of match with how aspirations are handled in The Sims 4, where, at least in my opinion, they feel a lot more short-term by design than they are in The Sims 2, where in The Sims 2 you basically stick with that aspiration for life. Maybe you get a secondary aspiration if you want to, but otherwise you stick with that same aspiration and just keep getting the wants and completing them, and making sure your sim doesn't fall into aspiration failure. But then in The Sims 4, they're basically checklists, and then you just go through each one and try to get as many done as possible before your sim dies off. So having this unlockable sweater behind the last part of the aspiration, I think makes a lot of sense. You just go through this aspiration and then unlock this clothing item and then move on to the next aspiration after. It was pretty interesting hearing the process behind creating Create a Sim assets too, with all the different programs that they use, and I knew exactly which item she was talking about with that bikini with the sheer sash from Island Living. It's this one that one of my Sims is wearing here, and I remember when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, this is quite interesting and very different from what I would expect. So I do like that item quite a lot, so it's interesting to hear the design process behind that one too. There is one more thing that I want to talk about in this video, but Simguru Ninja actually uploaded a very quick video of his own about this, so I'm gonna let him do the talking for a minute.
Oh, hey, hello there, how's it going? I'm Dave Motke, a producer on The Sims 4, and also a judge on the upcoming competition show, The Sims Spark. You might also know me as Simguru Ninja. Well, today I'm here to talk to you about the gallery. I'm really excited to say that starting tomorrow, the Sims Spark challenges are gonna be live, and submissions are open to everyone. That's right, if you have a copy of the base game wherever you are in the world, you can submit for a chance to be a top Sims creator. So check out the Sims 4 social channels tomorrow for more information on what the challenges are and how you can participate. Good luck and happy simming.
So there you have it, just a simple reminder that tomorrow the challenges for the Spark section on the gallery will be starting. I don't know the exact time. I'm guessing it'll either be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, since that's typically when announcements are made, but we'll see. We don't know exactly what the challenges will be this time, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they are. Hopefully there's some stuff maybe related to Create a Sim, because not really much of a builder, so I don't expect to be taking part in those sorts of challenges if they're just all build mode. It's also worth mentioning that the Sims Sparked reality TV show is starting tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TBS, and on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the BuzzFeed multiplayer YouTube channel. That's where you can watch it later. So I do plan on doing a review of each episode after it comes out on BuzzFeed Multiplayer's YouTube channel. There's 4 episodes, so there aren't that many, but yeah, I think it'd be a fun thing to review each and every episode. Not something I usually do on my channel, but a sort of interesting opportunity to do something that I haven't really done before, where I'm kind of reaching more into TV, but it also has gaming mixed in there. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. What do you think about that atrocious sweater and nifty knitting stuff? And are you looking forward to all the Spark content starting tomorrow? And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Paralive, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!